So welcome. Thank you so much for joining me in your lunch break to hear a little bit more about the EY and Enactus kind of partnership and how you can get involved. So my name's Caroline. I'm the partnership director. So I get the fantastic job really to build on our partnership with EY and make sure that we've got a great strategic direction. And I work alongside Becca and more recently Kieran, who has facilitated kind of getting everybody all together. So great. This talk will just be an introduction into what is Enactus UK, because I'm aware it doesn't really say what it does on the tin, and then a little bit more about the coaching programme, and if you do want to get involved, how we at Enactus can support you and what it really involves. So I'm whizzing through slides here. Like I said, my name, my face is on the screen, but you'll also get to kind of meet Amy, who I work really closely, who's the Enactus Chief Operating Officer. We kind of run the coaching programme together, and we're a little bit of the half of the Enactus team. So at Enactus UK, there are only 4 of us. So although we're a small organisation, we like to think of ourselves as mighty. But you'll do notice that if Amy and I are both on a call, you've kind of got half of the entire Enactus UK team. Okay, so what is Enactus UK? So we are the leading combined youth social action and youth social enterprise charity, which develops thousands of young entrepreneurial spirits every year. What that means in practice is we really aim to be the bridge between the world of work and the world of higher education, and equipping students with those skills that you don't really get when you're participating through the normal university experience. So things like resilience, things like how to communicate in a corporate environment. This is all the skills that our students gain because we ask them to create projects that are beneficial in their local community, and these projects then become social enterprises in their own right. And we ask our students to address one of the 17 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, or the global goals, which you can see on the screen. So that's really the crux of what Enactus UK is. So what that looks like is we currently work in 65 universities across the UK. So all the way from Enactus St Andrews via Enactus Queen's University Belfast, all the way down to Enactus Southampton, who are our national champions this year. So we really do cover the length and breadth of the country, including Hull, we've got Newcastle, Durham, Northumbria. So a lot of our teams in the Northeast that we would love to connect you with. Despite being in a pandemic last year, we actually increased the Enactus network to the biggest it's been in the last 5 years. So we have over 3,000 students in our network, which equates to 219 social enterprise projects that happen in each of the universities. But Enactus UK is part of the Enactus Global Network, which operates in 34 other countries with 1,800 university programs throughout the world. And we have just recently finished our Enactus World Cup, which Enactus UK came in the top 5 for. So really exciting thing to be part of. We find that our students join for really one of 3 reasons. So it is a society with a difference. The Enactus programme is great for people who want to make new friends with like-minded people who share the same passions as them. It's also great for students who want to develop their employability skills, because the Enactus programme really connects our students to amazing organisations like EY and some of our kind of top graduate employers in the UK. And the third reason is it's a great society for students who want to make a difference, who really see a need in their local community and want to act on that. And we've kind of put a couple of the bullet points on the screen to really show you why people join. But there are top 3 reasons. Okay, so we've talked a little bit about projects, and I think it's really hard to grasp what Enactus is without understanding what projects are out there and what you can get involved with as coaches. And you can see on the screen, we've got lots of different areas that our students currently have projects in. So this could be forestry education at Cardiff Met. We've got lots of fuel poverty projects, Enactus Leeds Trinity. We have loads of different technology access. A lot of our teams operating on that and trying to address the digital divide. So in York, but I've got a couple of examples that would hopefully try and help you to visualize what Enactus is in the half an hour that we've got. So before we get on to that, to explain what an Enactus project is, we have a certain criteria that we ask all of our teams to follow. And this is what we judge them on at the national competition in April. And I'll touch on that a little bit later. But as you can see, we have the 4 key things that make up an Enactus project. And this, if you are going to join the coaching program, which we really hope you are, is something to look out for when you're working with our teams and looking at their projects. So it's the entrepreneurial leadership, the innovation, the use of business principles, and the sustainable positive impact. So things that make a difference from, it's not just a charity, we ask our students to create social enterprise projects. And there is a really key definition that you can see in these 4 bullet points. Okay, so a little bit of a project spotlight. The first is Future Brew. So Enactus Southampton is a great, let me just double check. Enactus Southampton have created an amazing project, which is a brewery or a beer that you can see Dimitri, the team leader, holding that up. It's a carbon negative beer that they've created. So they use bread waste from supermarkets in the local area and turn this into a beer. And then they deliver this in a kind of 20-mile radius from where they brew it via a bicycle delivery process. Now, the people that are working in this brew production are those that were previously not in education, employment, or training. So it's an aspect of bringing in their local community, but also a great opportunity to have this carbon negative beer. And it's one of the pioneering beers in the UK to do that. And then we move on to PrepMate. So at Enactus Loughborough, they have created a chopping board for those with upper limb differences to really give them that independence back. So they're not having to rely on others to help with their food production and preparation. And it's a prototype that our product design students at Loughborough have created. And it's become this incredible Enactus project that's really focusing about that independent skills to those that have previously struggled with this. So a simple idea, but is kind of life-changing for those that are using it. And then third, we have Ecologico. So again, this is a fantastic project and one I absolutely adore because it has cows involved into it. But what they're doing in Enactus Nottingham is having, they have created a seaweed supplement to introduce into the diet of cattle. And this actually reduces their methane consumption by 99%. So it's a really, again, amazing impact to the environment, or a positive impact, and something that they want to work with Arla, one of our other partners, to create a low carbon milk. So really exciting, lots of different things. And I can see that Anisha said that she's used to be part of this team before she left university. So great to have Enactus alumni with us joining us today. So I hope that gives you a little bit of a flavour of what you can get involved as a coach. And we'll move on to another area of the programme, which really differentiates why students join the Enactus programme. So as you can see, hopefully some of these names will be familiar, and of course you'll see EY on there, but we actually have a partnership with 17 corporate organisations, and our partners join us for a variety of reasons, and our students get amazing access to kind of people and build a network as a student that I could only dream of. So EY and a couple of our other organisations join us to help with the recruitment and attracting that top talent to your organisation. So we work with EY and we have a fast track scheme for our graduate placements. And that's one of the key reasons that we work with EY and EY work with us. And we have that with Enterprise and we have that with Moy Park and Unilever. Whereas with some of our other partners, they join us for the corporate social responsibility aspect and how they can use their coaches to impact environmental projects or, you know, our Enactus projects. So that's why we work with Schroders. It's why we work with Amazon, who are really keen on that student development piece. So just like our students join Enactus for a variety of reasons, our partners do as well. And I always find that if you understand the broader impact of a partnership and why EY work with us on that big scale, it'll help you when you're kind of working individually with those students, because we're really keen on getting that top talent into the EY workforce, really. And hopefully the projects kind of show you that our students aren't your average student. They're ones that are operating businesses as well as doing their degree. Dimitri, who I talked about earlier with Future Group, he was doing an aerospace engineering degree alongside creating this incredible carbon negative beer. So we always find that it really works with EY's values and what you're looking for when you're recruiting. Okay, and then what we have done last year with EY, which we hope that you guys will be involved with this year, is loads of different things. So we've got the employability session that we ran last year and just recently at our employability fair, which was kind of 1,400 students applied for the employability fair and were then sent all of that information about EY. They were sent all of the session recording that was done. And then we have our graduate placement program. So you can see that last year, 720 students applied. 17 students received offers, and then 3 students received reserve list offers. So great to see how much of the program EY are influencing. And then towards the end of the year, we did a climate change future leaders board, and 2 of our students were able to be selected to join that. And so I hope you can see that as well as employability, there are so many different opportunities that students get to be involved with that EY are already running. And I know recently we've done the Wellbeing Week, and so many of our students joined that, and we got to see some fantastic speakers that were organised by Becca and the team, and the coaching just kind of complements this. So wider support network, we'll talk a little bit now about coaching and how you guys can get involved. So as coaches, you form one of the aspects of the support network when you're working with an Enactus team. So please don't think we're leaving you on your own. We're just going to assign you to a team and then we disappear and you'll have nobody around you. We'll probably assign you to a team, and you might already find that there'll be 3 or 4 other people already working with that team. We have over 250 coaches as part of our network, and they're from our partner organisation. So you may be the only EY coach, but you might not be the only coach supporting the team. So as well as the coaches, we have the university advisors. So these are the people that are on the ground. They provide the team with support about their institution. They're the ones that are providing the team with a kind of the on the ground support that you might not know, such as connecting them to certain lecturers that might help a project, or how to book a room, that kind of logistical aspect. We have the Enactus UK team. So that is really just myself, Amy, our wider team that provide them with the kind of technical support of like how to build a project, what they should be looking at, kind of the day-to-day queries that we'll get. Yourselves as business coaches, so really you're the ones providing them with that business eye, the ones saying, okay, what do you want to achieve short term? What do you want to achieve long term? Like, have you talked to this person? Like, what did the email look like that you sent? Kind of all that information, the practical stuff that they might need. And again, utilizing your own experience, your own experts, your own passions. So it could be that you may know the Northeast area really well. It could be that you're part of the talent acquisition team and the team are really struggling with recruitment, and you might be able to help them with what's worked in your organization and what the team might be able to help. So hopefully that kind of gives you an area of understanding of how you might support the team. And then we have the alumni mentors. So these are our students who just can't leave the program. They might have graduated their university, but they still want to help support an Enactus team. And they're the ones that will help them with deadlines. They'll help them with writing an Enactus script for the national competition, like all that kind of experience of what worked for them, what didn't work for them, and how they can help the team. So that's how the wider support network works with the current students. And then your opportunity as a coach. So we really hope that you'll be inspired by some of the projects today, but also realize that this is a great opportunity for you to help inspire and develop new leaders, to help recruit that top talent, for you to really have an impact in your local community with the team, to have that social and community impact. But it's also a great opportunity to kind of collaborate and network. Like I said, it is an opportunity for you to be part of 250 other people who are working with Enactus teams up and down the country from our partner organisations, so you can help innovate with those industry and commercial leaders. So hopefully whatever reason that is on the screen, you might find something that aligns to you, or you might find something else that kind of you will find from the coaching experience. Okay, so what the Enactus year looks like. I've talked a little bit about the competition, and the whole Enactus year leads up to the National Expo, which is in April in London. And this is the kind of final 5 announcement, but we'll go backwards to get forwards. So we are currently in November. This is your opportunity really as coaches to get the teams to start thinking about getting impact with their project. They need to start moving forward because the Enactus year is so short. They start to disappear in December, and we use this opportunity to kind of do virtual careers and employability insights, because as they move back home for the festive period, they'll still be online, they just won't be all together as a team. We'll then move into January, and again, this is their opportunity to start moving forward with their projects. We'll hope that they have pilot sessions by then, but it's also their opportunity to kind of engage in any partner competitions that we might have run, which is a chance for them to receive funding and mentoring. And then we'll move into February, which is when the kind of competition season starts. So at Enactus UK, we feel that competition drives innovation. If we didn't have this end goal in place in April, our students kind of don't have that deadline to focus on. They don't have anything to drive them to make that impact. Otherwise, their projects would just kind of tick along and they wouldn't feel like they needed to do anything with any pressing time commitments. So in February, we kind of take over our partner offices and we get our students to come and present to kind of colleagues and give their feedback about where they've gone wrong, where they are going right, how they can move forward and get any more impact before March, which is our national virtual competition, which I would love you guys to be judges for. And this is where we ask all of our student teams to create a 12-minute presentation on what they've done in the year. So what they've done with their projects, what impact they've made, who they've helped, what their projects are. And then we will do our opening round and our semi-final round in March virtually. So we'd love you to be judges for that one. And then that leads to April, where we'll do an in-person event at the Excel Centre in London, where our top 5 teams will present in person to a board of judges and other students coming along to the event. So hopefully that kind of shows you the timeline to an Enactus year and where our key moments of engagement are and key points of contact that we need to be talking to our students to get them involved. And then you guys, I'm really sorry if you can hear the coughing in the background. That's my colleague in the back. So for coaches, we don't just assign you to teams and then just disappear off. We offer monthly training and networking opportunities to develop you as a coach, but to also help you plan with your teams what they should be focusing on, what's a really good idea to start telling them about. We also kind of have recently done, last November's call was about what questions you can be asking your team to help them move forward. We also have a LinkedIn group, which we use to kind of share any challenges that the coaches are having with certain teams that other members, maybe of our more experienced coaches, can influence and kind of share their opinions on, and that Amy and I can talk to. And of course, we kind of have myself and Amy as people that you can directly contact if you haven't heard from the team, if you're really struggling with a certain aspect and you don't know how to support them. We're always an email away, you can ring me. We don't want you to kind of get assigned to a team and then if you don't hear from them, just kind of wait. We'd much rather you tell us. We have a saying at Enactus UK where we like to hear the good news fast, but we'd much prefer to hear the bad news faster. So that's when we can help you and support you to have the best experience possible. So we kind of have these frequently asked questions, which I really hope that if you're on your mind, I can start to answer now, but please do, if you have any other questions, pop them in the chat. So this sounds great, but how much time do I need to commit? Which is the question that we get a lot of the time. So with the coaching program, we ask you to commit a minimum of 1 hour a month. And this is probably going to be in a support network meeting where the team will invite you and their other coaches to come together. They'll present the challenges that their projects are facing, the challenges that their team are facing, and we'll ask for your advice. Now, I think this is one of the schemes where the more that you put into it, the more that you get out of it. So even though the minimum expectation is 1 hour a month, we really hope that you'll want to get the coaching bug and commit even more time. We find that with our coaches that they kind of dip their toe in the water and then they're fully consumed, they're part of the team and given a lot more time than they thought they were going to at the start. So it's just a minimum of 1 hour, but we hope that you'll get to spend more time with the teams, get to know them and want to give more. Do I get to choose which university team I work with? So ideally on the form, there is an opportunity for you to state your preference. For example, if you are alumni from Nottingham, you might want to support Nottingham. However, with you guys being from the Northeast, we do want this to be an opportunity for you to kind of think about recruiting that top talent and stay maybe in those teams in your local area. So if you don't put a preference down, we will just automatically assign you to teams that we can help with the EY strategy overall. And I think Kira might have mentioned this to you before the call. And then what training will I get in the role? Or will I get training? Yeah, of course. When you sign up to the coaching program, you'll automatically be invited to all of the calls that we do monthly, but I will be able to provide you with a whole list of resources that can become your coaching Bible. So we have a handbook, we have a crib sheet of questions that you might want to ask the teams, but we also have all of these little like kind of 5-minute insight videos, as well as the monthly calls that have been happening since September. I won't expect you to read absolutely everything on the email, but it's a really good kind of thing to keep referencing throughout your coaching experience. If you do have a query, you might want to reference the handbook, so it's all in one place. Where can you find out more about the program? So we have lots of social media channels. Definitely follow us on LinkedIn, follow us on Instagram. You'll find loads of different things to keep us up to date on there. But you can also find out on our website, which is enactusuk.org. And then hopefully I've already answered this, but will I be the only coach for the team? So probably not, no. This is a really good opportunity for you guys to work with the other coaches, to kind of come together, give the same advice, and kind of be a bit of a joint force. And then we really hope that this call has inspired you to be a coach, and your next steps are to head to enactusuk.org/coach, where you'll be asked a load of questions, and then hopefully we can start assigning you to teams really shortly. What other questions do you have? Because I realise that I've talked for like so long now, and I do want to offer you an opportunity if there are any questions, and we've got, I think, a whole 4 minutes. So you're welcome to either pop it in the chat, come off mute, and we can use this time. I can see that a couple of questions about sharing the presentation. We will be recording this, and I have been recording this, so I can share the slides to everybody on the call. I'll share the slides with Becca and Kieran as well, and I'll pop a link to the recording once it's uploaded for everybody. Are there any other questions that we have before we disappear?
I'll maybe just ask one on behalf of others. It's maybe something that I would like to know if I was going to become a coach. Do you, at the end of the Enactus year, as it is, are you automatically enrolled as a business coach for the following year, or do you need to apply again, or what's the process there?
Yeah, so thanks, Becca. That's a really good question. I think the way that we do it is we'll send an email to you to ask you if you want to be involved next year, just because, you know, we'd hate if you've got a new role or your time commitments changed or any of those things. We wouldn't want to just assume that you're happy to do it. So we'll send you an email. If you say yes, we can just transfer your details over. If you say no, we won't. But also there's an option where we can say, like, do you want to support the same team? Because it might be that you really want to stay in the program, but you might want to experience working with another team. So the process would be like, I would, once you sign up to the link, it will ask for your email, it'll ask for your phone number. I'll send an email to say, like, can we work with you again next year? Or can we work with you but work with a different team, which hopefully are the only two responses that you're going to have. And then we can either keep you bumbling along with the next team, because what we like to do in August is we have a whole new committee. So within an active year, you'll find that you have a team leader, and you'll find that you'll have a VP, and your VP is your vice president of engagement, and they're the person who you'll build that rapport with and be your main point of contact. They might be brand new in August. So what we do is we get all of our coaches on a call, and we do a little networking session just to facilitate that first connection. Now, you guys are joining halfway through the year, so you're kind of lucky in some respects, because the monthly support network meetings are going to already be in place. So you guys just need to drop onto that, and you don't have to do that awkward kind of bumbling with this new person. They'll hopefully have a little bit more confidence in the role and ready to get going from that way. Just another one that I've just thought of that we get asked a lot is about the Enactus projects. So Enactus projects, we aim for them to be in that impact stage by the time that they're presenting in the competition, for the competition, but we do find that Enactus projects often roll. So it might be that they're lacking a financial sustainability element, but they are impacting beneficiaries. That's also absolutely fine. We do want students to have that financial sustainability aspect, but if the project has just started this year, it might be in their long-term plan and not their medium-term plan. So we do find that our student projects often last in like 1 to 4 years in length, so can roll onto the next Enactus year. I hope that's answered every question. I know that we're running close to time. Oh, here we go. So is there a current list of Enactus projects that would be looking for coaches? Yeah, so thanks for asking that, Suzanne. I think ideally we're going to work with Kieran to assign you to teams in the Northeast area. Then once we've connected you to the teams, they'll probably tell you about what projects they've currently got going on. We ask you guys to join their monthly support network meetings, find out about all of their projects, but if there's one that you're really passionate about or that you'd like to spend more time with, talk to your team about that. They'd love to hear that you want to support one project and help that leader, because you'll find that in an Enactus team, they might have 1 to 6 projects. So it could be that you want to work with one specifically. So that, I hope that answers that question. On the register page, it asks for job title. So current job title would be helpful for us. That just helps when we talk to Becca about where we've got our coaches from. Really, it just shows kind of as a broad overview. And then when we talk about the team that we graduated from, this is kind of to help us work out where your alumni from, as well as working out where your Enactus alumni from. So it just helps us when we kind of process and start assigning you. It's really for the coaches that don't have much of a preference where they want to go. It can just help us work out if you have a natural affinity with a team. Okay, I hope that's answered all the questions. If you have any other things, please don't hesitate to email me. Let me just pop in. Hopefully you might have already seen it at my email, but if not, here it is. If you have any questions that you reflect on, that you want to ask, please do send them to Becca and Kieran as well. They can always answer them or fire them across to me. But I will send this recording out to all of you, and a copy of the slides as well. But I hope that this has inspired you to join the coaching program, because I think it's a great experience to get to really help shape our next generation of future leaders. So
amazing. Thank you so much, Caroline. And yeah, with it being recorded, it would be great if you think of anyone in your teams that might be interested, please do share the opportunity as well, and any info you've learned today. But that's amazing. Thank you so much, Caroline, and thanks everyone for joining.
Yeah, thank you everyone. Thank you, Caroline.
Thanks everyone. Speak to you all soon.